Almost any phone can run popular free-to-play titles like Angry Birds or Subway Surfers, but for the more graphically demanding, you'll need one of the best Android phones for games. Some of the best these games also drain batteries faster and take up enough storage that you may need a microSD card slot to fit them all. We think the Galaxy S21 Ultra is the best overall gaming phone, but if that doesn't strike your fancy or is out of your price range, there are plenty of other options worth considering. Here are some of the best Android phones for gamers.
Here at Review Press, we are a bunch of product researchers and testers where our aim to bring you up to date on the latest and best products from tech essentials like laptops, TVs, cameras, and all kinds of gadgets and gear. We test, analyze, and research new products and create a list of top 7 best products based on quality, price, features, and user feedback so that our viewers can make the right buying decision.
In this video, we will discuss the top 7 best gaming phone. So let's get started. Number 7. Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Samsung's annual offerings continue to push the limits of what we expect from smartphones, and that extends well into the world of mobile gaming. The new S21 lineup is among the most powerful we've ever seen, with the Galaxy S21 Ultra taking the crown for best Android phone for gaming by far. Powering all of your games is some of the best silicon in the business. All S21 phones contain the Snapdragon 888, which reportedly shows a 25% uptick in CPU performance and a huge 35% uptick in GPU compared to the Snapdragon 865 found in the Galaxy S20s. Based on the Snapdragon 888 benchmarks, it outstrips any other chip in multi-core CPU performance and only loses to the iPhone 12 in GPU performance. We were most excited to note that the Galaxy S21 Ultra supports Quad HD Plus resolution at 120Hz variable refresh rate simultaneously at up to 1500 nits of brightness. Other Samsung phones offer better graphics or better frames, but not both at once. Our Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra review noted this mode is a battery killer, but looks fantastic enough that it's worth it. Plus, the giant-sized 5000 mAh battery does its best to keep up. Number 6. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. If you're looking to buy a foldable smartphone in 2021, there's really only one option worth considering: the Galaxy Z Fold 2, which fits in your pocket but expands to the size of a small tablet. Cloud gaming means that you're playing titles meant for TVs on a tiny screen, but larger phones can be uncomfortable to hold in one hand for non-gaming tasks. The inner display, which appears when you unfold the phone, sits at 7.6 inches of AMOLED with a 120Hz refresh rate and a unique 22:18 aspect ratio. It may not have the highest PPI compared to other phones at 373, but in all other aspects, the Galaxy Z Fold 2 majorly outshines all the other displays on this list. When using the touch screen, your thumbs won't obstruct as much of the display as usual, and the extra vertical space is helpful for games like shooters where you need to see as much as possible. You can even use the extra space for a multi-window setup, and have another app open simultaneously. Add in 12 GB of RAM and a decent 256 GB of storage with no expandable slot, unfortunately, and you have a phone built to handle high-end games with aplomb. Plus, the 4500 mAh battery is no joke. Number 5. Nubia Red Magic 6 Pro. There's a lot about the Red Magic 6 Pro that stands out. Starting first with its display, the phone sports a 6.8-inch AMOLED, along with a jaw-dropping 165Hz refresh rate. That's a technically impressive feat, and one you won't find on another phone like the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Its smoothness contributes to a wonderful gaming experience, just as Qualcomm's Snapdragon 888 processor does. With up to 16 GB of RAM and 256 GB of internal storage, including 5G connectivity, it has plenty to enjoy a good game with. Being a gaming phone, it really stands out with features catering to those expectations. The Red Magic 6 Pro has built-in triggers on the phone's frame for more precise controls, plus an improved cooling system that includes an active fan to keep those rising temperatures in check when necessary. Even with all that, Nubia managed to squeeze in a 5050 mAh battery and include a 66W charger. In just 38 minutes, you can go from empty to full power. Number 4. Google Pixel 5. The Google Pixel 5 is another phone that isn't strictly known as a gaming device. It runs the Snapdragon 765G, popular for mid-range phones and capable of running most Android games easily, but not built for high-end performance. For cloud gaming, which uses remote servers to power your game instead of relying on hardware, the Pixel 5 and its 8GB of RAM are up to the task. The 6 AMOLED display is smaller than most of the other best Android phones for games, but it can run content in 4K at 60 frames per second, matching the top output that Stadia can deliver right now. It only has 128GB of storage, but you won't need any storage for cloud games. And its 4080 mAh battery performed well in our tests, so it can support long gaming sessions before you need to stick it on its wireless charger. Number 3. Apple iPhone 12 Pro. Since we're looking at gaming phones as a whole, we'd be remiss if we wholly ignored Apple's offerings. The entire iPhone 12 lineup shares the new A14 Bionic chipset, which is probably the only CPU that can go toe-to-toe with the S21 Ultra's Snapdragon 888. But we're recommending the Pro lineup, including the Max if you have a bit more money to spare, because it hits 6GB of RAM versus 4GB with the base and mini models. Not great regardless, but every little bit helps. The Pro models are also the only phones to hit up to 512GB of storage, have better typical brightness, a few extra hours of battery life, and superior cameras thrown in for good measure. They also give you more display space at 6.7 for the iPhone 12 Pro Max and 6.1 for the iPhone 12 Pro. Number 2. Asus ROG Phone 5. You can already find a good gaming phone in the US. But if you aren't thrilled with the options available to you here, it's worth checking out some of the international models, specifically the Asus ROG Phone 5. The phone isn't officially sold in the US yet, though you can still import it via Amazon without too much hassle if you don't want to wait. The one caveat is that it's often available as a GSM-only unit, meaning it lacks the CDMA compatible with Verizon and Sprint's networks. There are also 3 variants, a standard model, the Pro, and the Ultimate. Which one you choose is largely up to you, but the standard one is certainly ready to play out of the box. It's noticeably heavier and bigger than other handsets, with AMOLED screens around 6.78 inches, some of which is understandable, given the room necessary to accommodate things like air triggers, a second USB-C port to charge, and a 5-pin pubg connector to attach the Aeroactive fan accessory. Number 1. OnePlus 9 Pro. OnePlus may not be top of mind when it comes to mobile gaming, but there's a combination that works here. Starting with the 6.7-inch AMOLED display, which is gorgeous, the OnePlus 9 Pro has the visual splendor you can appreciate when playing a game. The 20:9 aspect ratio isn't unique yet somehow feels wider on this phone. Couple that with a solid slate of internal specs, like the Snapdragon 888 processor, and plenty of RAM, and you get something robust to play with. Unfortunately, you won't get the 144Hz or 165Hz refresh rates true gaming phones now offer, but the 120Hz variable rate works really well. Smooth gameplay shouldn't be a problem, especially with a new vapor chamber cooling system to keep excess heat at bay. Touch-centric games get a nice boost from the 360Hz touch response rate, a clear upgrade from the 240Hz rate in the OnePlus 8 Pro. And the haptics is already good, which makes those games feel more tactile. That was our list of the top 7 best gaming phones just for you.